Hello everybody and welcome back to the Nexus. I'm your host wInevitable, and today we're looking at the ranged assassin Nova from the StarCraft universe. That's right, it is Nova herself. Oh yeah, that's your master skin. Pretty awesome looking. She shakes it a little bit. She'll taunt. I think she just points at you and pulls the trigger. That's right. Alright, this is Nova, once the terror of the Nexus. She used to strike fear into everybody's hearts. Playing against her was, well, you had to be extremely careful, because if you were in the wrong spot at the wrong time, she would just blow you away. Especially when 13 hit, she had rewind at level 13. 2 snipes, 2 crippling shots, or pinning shots, and the auto attacks on to boot. It was a mess. It was messy. So she was nerfed a little bit, lost the rewind at 13. Just got it back in the last patch, but not until level 20. So she's still, very capable and in good hands. She can just destroy careless opponents, but not quite as good as she used to be. Does take some really solid positioning because she does not have an escape. She does not have a way to vault or dash or blink. Not until level 20 when she would pick up blink for Bolt of the Storm, for example. So you had to be master positioning with her. Versus say a Zeratul will have blink to his E. He can just dash out, escape out rather, as soon as he gets in trouble. With Nova, you have to be very careful. And you can see if we actually reset the level here, we're at level 7.
On the move.
You do have 700 hit points here. 700, very squishy. Tyrande is like 635. Abath and Murky are below that. But as far as everybody else is concerned, Nova's at the bottom of the health pool with 700 hit points. And a low health regen. She does 40 damage per attack, which isn't bad. And her trait has an extra 10% to her vision and 20% to her range, giving her a range of 6.5, the same as Raynor, for example. So yeah, speaking of Raynor, I just recently did a video on him, the revised Raynor with the latest patch, the rework. If you're into ranged assassins, go check that out. He's a lot of fun to play as well. But yeah, this is Nova. She's even squishier than Raynor and has about the same range, 40 damage on her attacks.
Executing.
And of course, also she is cloaked, and so it's important to note that dealing damage, receiving damage, or channeling, for example, that was not channeling, but if I were to mount after the 5-second timer is up, it does uncloak. I am decloaked, uncloaked. And so you can be targeted during that time by basic attacks. While you're cloaked, it's up to enemy AoE, area of effect abilities, like a psionic storm, a penetrating round, something that, does AoE damage to knock you out of your cloak. Otherwise, basic attacks cannot hit you. Of course, also Tassadar, for example, has an Oracle. You have to be very wary of that ability. That does reveal you. A CV, a Clairvoyance, or a Farsight on Rhaegar will reveal you as well. And that 3 seconds is quite a long time. It used to be 2. It's now 3. With just over a month ago, they nerfed it just to make counterplay 2 cloakers a little bit more accessible to the average player. So, for example, I come in here, I use my abilities, Arthas could jump on me right now, and I'm not that far away from him. If he were to throw his Tempest on, his E, his activated ability, with the AoE around him, that would actually knock me out of cloak as well. So you have to be very, very solid with your positioning. You don't want to just walk up to an enemy and say, hey, what's up, I'm Nova. Because, if he was full health, he'd just turn around and, pretty much be able to kill me. So you have to be very, very solid with your positioning. I'm trying to think. I think with these we're pretty good. She has a very small hitbox, and something you want to do with a cloaked hero, if you're moving in vision radius, it's often a good time to dismount ahead of time. It makes your hitbox smaller, so it's a little bit harder to see you. Whereas if you're running around on a horse and you're cloaked, don't be surprised if the enemy can, just easily spot you, because you're such a larger target like this. Whereas if I'm walking, I present a smaller hitbox and I'm harder to see. Alright, so let's talk about the abilities. 2 of them are damage dealers. Q is a skill shot, Snipe. You can see it's got quite a long range to it. It does a bit of damage as well. 146 here at level 1. This scales up to 735 at level 20, so that is a ton. That's a big, big, big hit. It's also almost instantaneous, so you don't have to lead heroes by that much, but it can be hard to hit this, and it will be blocked by minions. I cannot come in behind this guy and snipe Arthas. I'll hit the minion instead. Other heroes can block it, minions can block it, structures can block it. So use it wisely. You have to learn how to land it as well. And then we'll reset the level here to get back to level 1. Pinning shot has the same mana cost, slightly longer cooldown. It deals a ton less damage. It deals about a third of the damage at 50 here at level 1. This scales up to 240 at level 20. So it's not about damage at all. It's about a third of the damage of your snipe. And so what happens is it does that damage, but it also slows. That's the big thing with the pinning shot. It slows the target that it hits by 30% for 2.25 seconds. It is targeted. You can see that's the range on the pinning shot here is that circle. And then I can just click on somebody to target it, which means it can't be blocked. As long as you click on the right hero, whatever your target is, it can't be blocked. And that slow is really good. It also makes landing your snipe a lot easier. If I come in and I land that and then I hit with a snipe, you're going to slow somebody down a ton and make it easier for your team to catch them also as well. If you're chasing somebody down, you land this, they're 30% slow for 2.25 seconds. That's a long time. And then you've got E. So instead of a dash, a vault, a blink, anything like that, she has a hollow decoy. It's a very short or low mana cost of 50 versus 65, and the long cooldown though of 15, the longest of anything. What this does is it creates a decoy that lasts for 5 seconds, and it pretends to attack enemies. It does not do damage, however. At least the unupgraded version does not. And it also does not break a cloak. So you can see I'm still cloaked. She goes in. Maybe the enemy wastes some abilities on the decoy, and then I can come in. And you have to be very good at using these. A lot of times you can fool the enemy team into attacking it, to wasting their abilities on it. If you can do that, then you kind of won the battle before it even started. And then you want to sneak in your damage. And you can use this also. Another cool trick is you can use it to block tower shots. Towers will attack that. They will not reveal me. Of course, the core will reveal you, so you have to be careful around the core. You can also use it to give you sight over if there's somebody behind here that I wanted to kill. Get one last hit on them. That little decoy will give me the vision. And you can use it to block skill shots. So there was a Stitches trying to hook me, and I see the hook coming, and I throw that down, and boom, and it blocks the hook. It will block skill shots. It will like another Nova trying to snipe me. If I can throw that down, it'll hit the decoy instead of hitting me. And so you have to be very good. There's a lot of room, as I miss a snipe, to make your decoy work for you. Blocking skill shots, giving you vision, fooling the enemy into attacking it. If you can use your decoy and get those 3 things to happen, then you're a really solid Nova player.
On the offensive.
And meanwhile, you also have to be careful about your positioning. I'm close to the Arthas. In a real game, I probably wouldn't be that close. Also, if he turns on his aura, remember I will be revealed. But definitely get used to it. I usually cast the W and the Q together. You want to get used to landing them together, one after the other. Just to do as much burst damage as you can. Nova is all about that burst. All about that burst, right? What is it? All about that base. And of course the decoy. Don't be fooled by this. There's a lot of room, a lot of potential for it, like I was saying.
I'll make it happen.
That's your basic abilities. There's 2 heroics. They're both useful in different situations. We can go ahead and pull those up. Let's go up to level 7. No, let's go to we'll go to level 10 first. There's a divergence in the build I want to talk about here, but there's a couple ways to look at things. Level 1, generally you want to go with ambush snipe. This adds 20% damage to your snipe as long as you use it within a second of being cloaked.
Choose a talent.
So you can see my damage right now is 130. Oh, actually my snipe damage rather is 425. I'm trying to get a good spot. Obviously these minions are going to block my snipe. I come down here, 425, 510. That's that bonus. If I were to, you have to be careful too, especially if you combo your W and Q. If I were to hit him with this, if I wait too long, it went back to 425 because I waited so long. If I come in right away, you can see the slow made it a lot easier to hit the snipe. Oh, and I have to be careful now. He's on me. I was a little bit too close there. But the pinning shot is, if you're taking ambush snipe here, you have to be very fast on your fingers, on your key presses, if you combo these 2 together. And you generally want to come in, probably WQ, walk away, cloak, come back in and snipe again. And like I said, it's all about that burst. The other options on level 1 aren't terrible. The Psyop is extra range by 20% on your snipe. It reduces the cooldown to 8 seconds from 10. This is good against dive teams like in Illidan, Zeratul. You got your Chen, you got your Kerrigan. Tyrael, people that want to dive you, and then once they're, Nova doesn't have that escape, so if a Chen were to get onto you, you wouldn't really be able to get away. And that range, you can see this is the default range. Another 20%, you're talking insane, extraordinary amounts of range on your snipe. You can land it from really far away. And so I know some Nova players that will take that depending on the team comp. There's also a combo available with taser rounds. There's an ability later on that makes anyone hit by the pinning shot vulnerable. They take 25% damage for the duration of the slow. And so if you're comboing like with your team, if you're working with a team like together, you could technically take this probably and get a lot of versatility out of it. But generally speaking, ambush snipe's the way to go. In level 4, I don't have any recommendation besides gathering power. The other ones are okay. It's just gathering powers, even with the nerf, it's still 5% extra ability damage as a default. And then 2% per stack. So you get stacks by killing an enemy. You can see I don't have any. It would say like a 1 on here. If I did, we'll try and get one.
On the offensive.
And I think we're going to get a kill here. Oh, no, he healed.
Acknowledged.
You can see how fast I'm attacking. There we go. We get it. And now...
Choose a talent.
Excellent.
Well, I should have an ability. That's weird. Huh. I'm not sure why it didn't... I just killed Arthas and we had gather. That's a little strange. So I should have a stack, and that would give me an extra 2% per stack to my ability power, but I don't have one. Not sure if that's just because it's try mode or what. But, this makes it also very, it builds up as the game goes on, and you have to be very careful about not dying. Do not die with stacks, as often as you can, because that ability, it stacks, like I said, from 5 up to 15%. That's 10% that you can lose. And 10% of like a 735 hit point snipe late game, you're talking 73 damage there that you're losing on a snipe, and it's a lot of damage that can hurt, and you can lose kills because of it and lose team fights. So the more stacks, the better. Level 7, there's 2 choices. Anti-armor is the old go-to. This actually used to be, it's a damage boost of 250% to your auto attacks, your basic attacks. But they're slowed by 2.5 as well, so that becomes 1 per second. It goes down to 2.4 attacks per second. It also used to be 330% instead of 250. Bit of a nerf. It went from 330 to 300 and then to 250. It was just very, very powerful. You would erase people with this stuff, especially with rewind. So this is still definitely viable. You can take this. You'll see my attack speeds are now going to be a lot slower. I attacked, and now this is the wait time. I'm waiting to attack. There's my attack, and then I'm waiting. You can see the little animation. This will actually tell you when your attack's going to be up. This little spinning. Is it zones in, like it, or I don't know what you call it. When the circle gets tightens up, and then all of a sudden your next attack comes. Okay, so 0.4 per second is very slow attack speed. And with the nerfs, you can actually get more DPS out of 1 in the chamber. We'll show this off next. So keep that in mind. This is definitely the go-to. This is what most people would take. I think it's mainly just because it used to be even stronger. But now I think you actually can get more out of the 1 in the chamber. Okay, then we go to level 10. And also the thing is too, with this, it's all about that burst. Remember, 1 in the chamber is more sustained, and that's why anti-armor is so good, because it deals all of that damage up front, and then you can walk away. You don't have to land multiple attacks. Level 10 is the triple tap. Or it's the heroic. You get either triple tap or precision strike. Now, both have their uses. Generally, the go-to is Precision Strike. It's the shorter cooldown of 60 versus 100. They both cost 100 mana. There's a couple problems with Triple Tap that make Precision Strike just the better choice, usually. We'll show Triple Tap off first. What it does is it locks in on a hero. And then it fires 3 shots, one after the other, that hit the first hero or structure they come in contact with for X amount of damage. At 10, that is 410 per shot. And at level 20, it scales up to 740.
Kill shot.
Animation, shot, 2, 3. Okay, and it didn't kill him. Came pretty close. If Arthas had been closer to his gate, the problem with triple tap, one of them, is that you can walk behind the gate and then the shots will hit the gate. You can walk behind the tower, the shots will hit the tower. You can walk behind the fort, the shots will hit the fort. You can walk behind, your teammates. And, oh, whoa, whoops, you're hitting another hero. So good teams, coordinated teams, will be able to block the shot. Another problem is you could see that it was channeled. There is a casting time here. Arthas is being really safe. Watch, this will actually now, if he... Oh, he didn't go behind. But that whole time that I'm channeling...
Now who's a
I can be interrupted, and it'll go on the full cooldown of 100 seconds. So you know, there's three downsides to it. It's a longer cooldown by 40 seconds. It's almost double the cooldown. It can be blocked by enemy heroes and enemy structures, and it can be interrupted. So that's the problem. This is really good against team comps that tend to split up a lot. They're more like ranged assassins. They're squishier heroes. You know, they have a lot of ranged DPS, and they're not tending to clump up in team fights. This can allow you to go in and pick off a weakened hero quite easily.
En route.
And then anyone who blocks a shot, for example, is going to be, you know, threatening, you know, to lose their life as well, just because they're so low hit points to begin with. So in the right team comp, it works. Generally, though, I would take Precision Strike, and let's show off the other style here. I'm still going to take Ambush Snipe here. Actually, let's show off Taser rounds. I want to show this. I don't know that I really recommend it, but there's a combo you can do here. Gathering Power, and then one in the chamber is the one we want to show off, right? So this is a more sustained DPS build. The problem with this, though, is that it's not about burst. Nova's about burst usually because she doesn't have that escape. She's very squishy. You kind of want to get in, burst, and get out. And then Precision Strike. After a 3-second delay, you deal 650 damage in an area. It's an unlimited range. I can cast this all the way over here if I want. Of course, it wouldn't do any damage because that's the Hall of Storm, but you can cast it anywhere on the map. That's another benefit to it that Triple Tap does not have. Triple Tap has a cast range. We didn't show it, but it does. A long cast range, and if you have vision, you can still cast Triple Tap, but it's still a limited range. The problem with Precision Strike, though, is it's a delay. It's a little bit harder to hit. So if I center here, he actually could have walked out of it if he'd kept walking. He turned around, and then it ended up hitting. You can combo this on top of like a stun, like an Uther Divine Storm. You know, he's like, oh no, you Divine Storm their whole team, and then Precision Strike, bam, you hit multiple people with it. A Void Prison, you could stack it on top so that when the Void Prison goes away, it lands immediately, and then boom, you're hitting multiple people. The damage, the DPS is slightly higher on Triple Tap. You can see it's 410 per shot versus 650. So single target, if you hit all 3 shots, that's going to be 1230, which is almost double of this. This would be 1300, would be double of this. So yes, single target DPS is higher with Triple Tap. It just has those weaknesses, and the problem is if you have a team that has a couple melee, like say 2 tanks, or they have a melee assassin plus a tank, and then their healers on melee like an Uther or a Rhaegar, they're usually going to clump up in team fights as they go in to attack a target, and you can cast Precision Strike and hopefully catch 2 or 3 heroes, which will double this damage, or triple this damage, and then it'll deal comparable damage to Triple Tap. And so that's, you know, it can't be interrupted. You can cast it from any range, and it can't be blocked. It can walk out of it. So you have to be very good at casting it. And what you're going to kind of want to do is zone people. So say we're fighting outside this gate. We're having a team fight right here. The enemy team's outside the gate. If I cast it like this, they can't really walk back behind the gate without taking the damage. And so they're actually going to have to walk into the team. And that can put them in a very compromising position. So you have to be thinking about how you're going to land it as well. If I just cast it, he's not walking out of it, but he could have. Of course, if you have stuns to go with it as well, it's really useful. Now, you could see also it does clear waves, and it's a short cooldown. So if there's a huge wave stacked up and it's going to hit your core or take down a keep, it's not terrible to use this to clear it, because Nova does not excel at clearing waves at all. So that's, you know, up to here at this point we've got. Let's go 13, 16, and 20. And keeping in mind here, we're doing the more of a sustained DPS with this build, in that it's not as bursty. So I don't know that I like this style as much, but you can see, like, I'm just doing, I can actually throw down a clone and I'll get 50% damage on that attack right there. At least I should. Yeah. Okay, so you know, this is more sustained with these talents versus the other ones that we showed first. Level 13 used to be Rewind, our good old buddy Rewind, but it's gone. The go-to is almost always Advanced Cloaking. What this does is it gives you 25% move speed while you're cloaked, and you heal 2% of your maximum health per second. 2%. What is 2%? You know, that's 50 seconds. So within a minute, you'll be fully healed. Plus your basic health regen, which isn't great, But, you know, if you've got a healer, you got health regen, you got this, advanced cloaking, you're going to heal a lot over time. Let's take a little bit of damage here. I don't want to die, but I did want to take some damage.
Here comes the light show.
So I'm taking some damage. Now I'm going to walk away. And, oh, I got healed. Let's walk back in. And it's attacking minions. Toggle the minions off. Let's take some damage. So you can see I took that. Now my health regen is about 4.18. A cloak. And I'm healing this plus 2% on top. And so it actually goes up pretty quickly. But it's also a 25% move speed boost. So you can see, look how fast I am.
Acknowledged.
If we come over here, wait for the minions to walk by, and we're going to be the same speed, right? So I can actually pass the minions. I'm actually faster, and that makes escaping a lot easier. As long as you get cloaked, you can usually get out. I just tend to like that one the best on this level. And let's go up to 16. 16, alright. So, there's two cool choices here that you'll usually see. We're not doing like a decoy build, like say, you know, you can get lethal decoy where the decoys deal damage, and you can get double fake, where then you have 2 decoys instead of 1. That's a really confusing build to play against, but you just give up a lot of versus, you know, a lot of damage here on 16. So I don't recommend those kind of builds. With this, I usually would go crippling shot is my favorite. Enemies hit by pinning shot become vulnerable, taking 25% increased damage for the duration of the slow. And this is why, like, this style build, the sustained DPS will work well with taser rounds on 1 if you're going to go for this on 16. It doesn't mean you have to. I still love it. I think ambush snipe is a great choice, and then anti-armor shells. I'd play around with both styles to see which one you like. Remember, Nova's about burst, so I'm not sure that I really approve of taser rounds and one in the chamber versus the anti-armor shells and the ambush snipe, because those are bursty. The ambush and the anti-armor shells, that's burst. You burst, you get away. With the sustained DPS, you know, Nova's just not, she's squishy. She doesn't have a lot of hit points. No escape. So people are going to focus you down. And you really want to be more about the burst, I think. But I just wanted to show off both sides of this. 16, though, either way, I would take crippling shot. As long as the target is slowed, they take 25% increased damage while they're slowed. That's a lot, and that's from all sources, not just your own damage, but your allies' damage. And that's why I like it over overdrive. Overdrive, you activate this, 25-second cooldown, and you increase your ability power by 25%. Mana costs increase by 40%. And this lasts for 5 seconds. Look at your abilities. No rewind, right? I'm not going to get 2 abilities off. I'm going to get my Q, my W, and my R. At best. And I'm going to have 25% damage on them. With this, it's not only 25% damage. I could land these as well. If I land the W first, it'll be 25% on the Q and 25% on the R. But also, it will be 25% to all of my teammates that attack the same target. That is my preference. That's why I prefer it, because it's going to be more damage. You lose 25% on the W, right? So that's, 50 damage that we lose. But then, as long as at least one of your teammates is attacking the same target while it's slowed, which is normally 2.25 seconds. Remember, not 4. It's normally 2.25 if you don't take taser rounds. So as long as somebody else is attacking, and they get off like a single ability or a couple auto attacks, you're going to do more than 50 damage. That 50 damage that you lost by not taking overdrive. And also, your W works on a 12-second cooldown versus a 25-second. Every 12 seconds you're getting this. This is every 25. That's 2 of these for 1 of those. Not to mention the mana cost increase sucks. The one benefit, and I will say this for overdrive, that the benefit here is that Precision Strike is global range, so I could activate this and cast Precision Strike anywhere on the map, and I'll get that 25% bonus. That would be 215 damage that I'm getting. And I don't need to be there to land the pinning shot. That's one thing to overdrive. The benefit there, you can get it on your heroic anywhere on the map at any time. But I definitely prefer crippling shot. And I can't think of the last time I've taken overdrive, just because of those reasons. Level 20 used to be a very simple choice. Either you took blink or the upgrade here. Couple cool upgrades. The Bolt of the Storm, very good for that mobility if you need it. I would certainly recommend it. Now with rewind here, it's a tough choice. Rewind will give you an extra snipe and an extra pinning shot, right? So that's not going to give you another heroic, but it will give you, what, 240 damage here, and then 735. So it's like 1,075 damage. A precision barrage will give you an extra precision strike. And it's the same cooldown, 60 seconds versus 60 seconds. That's 1,000 damage versus 1,040. So you can see you act, but that's a single target. You can land a precision on multiple heroes. So single target damage, if that's what you're going for, if there's a very squishy team comp and they're split up a lot and you're having success picking them off one at a time, Rewind's probably the better choice. You get 2 Ws, you get 2 Qs. You just obliterate a single target. Versus having 2 precision strikes, which are a little bit harder to land because of that delay. So, you know, if they're a beefier team comp with a couple melee, like, you know, like I said, melee assassin, double tank, something like that, that's going to clump up in team fights. Precision barrage might be the better way to go because you get 2 of them, and it's also global. But if it's like a little bit more split up on their team comp, there, you know, there's a larger map with a lot of jungle that you can pick people off in. Rewind is certainly good. And if you took triple tap on 10, the fast reload upgrade is pretty cool. If you kill somebody, you'll actually get the reset on the cooldown. Completely 100% reset. You have triple tap again. And now, if you get lucky with this and you're good with it, you can get several of these in a row. I've done it before. The most I've gotten right now is 3 in a row, with almost getting a 4th, but not quite. You do have to get the kill. That means, 1, you could fail to kill somebody, and 2, somebody on your team could kill steal you, which is pretty hard to do in heroes. But, you know, they could actually take the last hit and you won't get the reset. So it's pretty hard to use. But it still can be a lot of fun. In the right team comp, if you took triple tap, give it a shot. Give it a try. Generally though, I think Rewind's probably the best. With precision strike also, I mean the precision barrage being useful. And if you need the mobility, if you're having trouble with your positioning, go for bolt. Alright, so let's show off the Rewind here, just to show it off. So I would come in, if I took ambush snipe, what I'd want to do is I'd be like, oh, he's running away, so we go W, Q, rewind, Q, and then W. And you fit an auto attack in there. You can see the kind of damage we just did. Like, that was pretty ridiculous, right? So let's toggle this back on, let's show it off one more time. The burst with the Rewind is insane. If I'd taken precision barrage, I would have had to land 2 precision strikes. Or land 1, really, to get the same effect. So he's on the other side of the minion there. I gotta be careful landing this. Being very patient, assuming he doesn't know I'm here. Come in. And I did take the crippling. Now, that was a full health Arthas. We took about 2/3 of his health down. Just Malf and I. And now we're gonna wait. He's gonna come back out. And remember, you know, Arthas has some of the most hit points in the game. He's out here.
In my sights. Yeah, I like that.
We almost killed him. And that was without a second rewind. If we were to toggle these back out, clear cooldowns. Just to give you an idea of how much burst it is. It's 2,000 and something, right? A lot. And that's Nova's idea, the burst. And if I'd taken anti-armor shells, it would have been even more on the auto attacks. And the ambush snipe, you can actually get the benefit of this on both snipes if you do it correctly. So I think that I don't know, I might have messed that one up. Clear it up.
I'll make it happen.
Let's toggle this back out. This is definitely something I would practice in try mode if you're into Nova too as well. So that's gonna do it for this though, guys. I'm just gonna show this off one more time. And then we'll get some gameplay video of some Nova. I've got to get a good angle here. It's probably not the best. Oh, I didn't clear it. I guess I didn't clear cooldowns. Okay, so there we go. Now we've got rewind up. Let's do it. And did I don't know if I hit him with both there or not. It was so fast. You had to. It's like literally you have less than a second if you took that ambush snipe to land. You know, you want to lead with a W because of crippling shot. And then if you had ambush here, you'd want to snipe quickly. It's like Q, rewind Q. I don't think... Am I... It feels like I'm not getting the second snipe off. I'll try it one more time. Alright, so... Waiting for Arthas. Where are you, buddy? There he is. Okay, so...
Strictly business.
Remember, you don't want to be seen, so you got to be very careful. And then you come in. I think there's actually a bug. I don't know. Maybe I was doing it too fast, or maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just too fast for my own good. Oh, mini Arthas. Alright, so. Yeah, I'm going to, show this off, obviously, in a gameplay video. To let you guys see it all, we'll snipe some people, mess them up. And she's a lot of fun, a little bit hard because of the positioning, and you do have to land your skill shots. But I definitely highly, recommend trying her out. If you haven't, you get a chance, If you own her, try her out. If she's free week, give her a shot. This build's a lot of fun, a lot of burst. Just trying not to, I don't want to hit this minion. Okay, so. I think I just did it maybe too fast before. So, he'll come back out.
I like that.
And we'll use the rewind again. Wait for this minion to die? Yeah, there's a problem. There's a bug, I think, where Snipe isn't being rewound. I'm not sure why that's happening, but if you're a little bit slower on the key press, I guess you can make it happen. Unfortunately, that means... Hopefully it's only in try mode that happens. Because you want to be able to rewind instantly to get that extra 20% damage. Okay, so that's going to do it for this video, but I'll see you guys soon. I'm going to get out there and play some gameplay with her, show it off in a live setting. And that's Nova for you. So yeah, real quick, ambush snipe, gathering power, anti-armor shells, precision strike, advanced cloaking, crippling shot, and then rewind your precision barrage or bolt. Up to you. Alright guys, so thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you